Hello and welcome to PocketGamer.biz's YouTube channel, and this is the in-app inspector with me, Jon Jordan. So today we're looking at Raid, the new game from Plarium. So Plarium, pretty well known as a free-to-play mobile game developer, doing mainly 4X games in the past. Raid is its first kind of look at a more kind of RPG, squad-based, turn-based RPG, but using a lot of the kind of techniques that it's learnt through its kind of previous years of developing more 4X game or 4X games more based around Metagame. So I've done a previous video about the kind of gameplay mechanics of Raid, so check that out if you're interested in that. I'm not really going to go into a lot of detail at all on the gameplay side of Raid, as much as there is a gameplay side. This is really about the more kind of focused metagame side of things, which is monetization, engagement, and retention. So I've just loaded up the game. You can see here, the first thing I see is this kind of retailing. So it's a game that takes a lot from, I guess the kind of the 4X kind of genre, 4X genre, kind of created by Machine Zone MZ now, with games like Game of War and Mobile Strike. These are games that weren't really downloaded in very high volumes, but were on a per user level very, very highly monetized. So this is just part of it. I mean, a very small part of it, really. I don't think many people, because they see the Sacred Daily Pack is available for £29 in UK money, or whatever that would be in kind of $40 or something like that, are going to go, oh yeah, I'll go and buy that. But this stuff's always there. It's clear when you play these types of games that monetization is part of them. Okay, so, and again we see, so the first retailing has clicked off. We can now get a starter pack, which is probably, starter packs tend to be quite good value actually. So this is like £10. I don't know what that would be, kind of $15, $14. And we're getting 12 champions, 360 hours of double XP, gems and silver. So if you were going to spend money, this would be a pretty good way of spending money. Starter packs always are well worth the value. Oh, there we go, beginners video. So there you go. This is not so much monetization, of course, as kind of retention and engagement. So I don't know much about the game to begin with. Let's go and hear this chap talking about what I need to know. Okay, so this is the kind of starting screen. So I've been playing this for a little while now, not a massive amount, but you can see up here in the top left hand corner I'm level 18, so not nowhere. And I've unlocked some of these elements in the game which kind of give you extra kind of engagement, I suppose. So lots of, if you see, kind of look around the screen, it's quite busy, a lot going on, lots of red dots. Red dots mean that there's something to be clicked upon. So let's just quickly kind of work our way through. These are not monetization per se. This is more to do with the metagame and kind of general engagement. So the sparring pit. So the sparring pit is somewhere where you can just kind of level up your characters automatically. So it's, your leveling up is limited to kind of a level cap depending on their higher status. And you can see here I've only got there's only one slot open. I need to spend some gems. Gems are the hard currency. So I need to, if I want to unlock a second slot, I need 300 gems. I've only got 130. So clear monetization kind of a decision to be made there if you want to do that. So there we go. I've just leveled up this character, and now she's gone from she's now level 2, and it's going to take 33 minutes to get to the next level. I can upgrade the slot again. So again, another kind of layer of spending the hard currency. Okay, what's going on in the market? So the market is a soft currency market. So we can see at the top of the screen there's a energy system, as typically happens in these kind of games. I've got like tons of energy, so I've got 1,138 units of energy when my limit is supposedly only 69. That's 'cause I'm still in the early stages of the game. Then I've got 10 of these refill tokens for the arena. Then I've got the silver, which is the soft currency, and then we've got the gems, which are the hard currency. So let's kind of click on that. Oh, this is part of the same thing. So we can see here, I'm currently logged into the UK App Store, so it's showing this in UK pounds. So fairly typical from this kind of monetization kind of viewpoint, where I can have the smallest amount I can spend is £5, and the most is £100. And you can see here for £5 I get 175 gems. For £100 I get 4,200, and the kind of just the ratios are better the more I spend. That's pretty well understood in terms of free-to-play game monetization. As we're in the shop, let's have a look through the shop, see what else is there. So there's this mystery shard. This is just on a timer, so I've got one free one. So I'm going to get a free mystery shard there. It doesn't do anything at the moment. That's in my inventory. We can go and look at that in a minute. There's an ancient shard here. I've got another 5.5 hours pretty much to wait for that. You can see here more packs. So rookie pack, pretty cheap, under £1. An ancient single pack. You can see some of these are limited. So in fact they're all limited. So all these kind of packs, you don't really, when you first start play the game, you don't really understand kind of the value of these things. But we can just see there's a lot of different things going on here. There's silver, so just buying this soft currency. So you can spend £100, sorry, just buying this silver currency. We have these shards, void shards. You can spend £100 buying a 5-pack of void shards. So here's a bank. It's kind of what we saw before. Gem shop. So once we have gems, what can we do with gems? We can do XP boosts. We can get energy. We can buy shard packs. We can buy clan boss keys, name changes. I mean, it's quite esoteric kind of sort of stuff. We have daily and progression. So these are the kind of things we've seen before in the other retailing, where we are buying kind of bundles of things. So we're getting shards to unlock new characters, as well as soft currency, energy, hard currency. Starter pack, we've seen that before. Sacred founder pack, again, seen that before. And then we have raid passes. So again, these are subscription models. So subscription is something that free-to-play mobile game developers are always looking at, and certainly something Apple is encouraging in the way that it allows people, developers, to take more of the money that flows through to them from this point of view. So in this case, two options: a silver raid pass. So this is for a month. So we get a 7-day trial, and after the trial, we're paying, in this case, £9 every month, and we get 20% more XP and 20% more silver from our campaign battles for a month. Again, this is fairly esoteric. It doesn't. You're not getting gems. You're not getting kind of any characters. You're just basically going to get 20% more rewards from doing the basic stuff. For me, that's a little bit of a hard sell, but for some people, generally with these kind of monetization options, they generally pay off, because otherwise it's kind of free money for them, in a sense that they're just getting you faster through the game. So why would they nickel and dime you? Wrong currency there, dollars, but why would they shortchange you, I suppose, from that point of view? Again, then we have the gold raid pass. So this is 6 months. So compared to the silver raid, which is 1 month, here we get 6 months. And we're getting a slight discount, so £46, but we're getting similar rewards. So in terms of if you want to kind of spend money, there's plenty of options to do so. But let's kind of come out of the shop. So where we were was the market. So this is where we're spending soft currency, although obviously soft currency is attached to hard currency. So these are just things we can buy, but we can see here we're not really getting a lot of good stuff. So we can see Axeman is common, the Major Killer is common, only 1 star. As typically tends to be the case with soft currency scenarios, it's kind of worthless really actually. So let's come out of that. So what else is going on here? So I've been doing some stuff, and these kind of games are very good in terms of when it comes to kind of engagement, that pretty much any small thing you do you get rewarded for. So in this case I fought in the arena 5 times and I can claim, I mean it's not particularly great rewards, but it's XP, it's silver, and it's some sort of elixir. And there's things I've done here. So I've won in campaign. I've, pretty much anything I do, I get rewarded for. You can see here's these long lists of things I can get rewarded for on a monthly, a daily, weekly, and a monthly basis, and then kind of one-off achievements. You see here, I can change your username. Yeah, great. But it all plays into me being involved in the game, which I am. Again, challenges. So I've cleared stage 3 of the magic keep, so I claim a lesser magic potion. 3 of them, in fact. Wow. You can see here another kind of thing. So if I win a campaign battle using 4 champions of level 20 or higher, I can claim something there. There's, all these kind of things are built in very deeply into how you interact with the game. This is why I call it a metagame. And in and of themselves, they're not particularly interesting, but it just means as I start playing through the game, suddenly all these things start unlocking, and pretty much anything I do, certainly in the early stages of this game, I would still say I'm in the early stages of the game, still within the first month. Pretty much any time I come into the game, there's stuff for me to collect. There's rewards. It makes me feel good. The whole kind of dopamine kind of kick. And it's really kind of boils down to champions. So this is the kind of core of the game. We will just kind of quickly play a level, quickly play something just to see. But the champions, we can see they're kind of actually, for a mobile game, pretty high res. I mean, for a console game, this wouldn't really kind of count very much. But for a mobile game, and I've played quite a lot of these squad-based RPGs. Obviously, hardware always gets better, so you'll expect these characters to look kind of better as time goes on, but they're pretty good. Nice animation, decent decent kind of character design. Not anything particularly outrageous, I don't think. Not things we haven't seen before. It's basically, this is a dark elf, and we have this one here was an orc, and then we have a kind of a sacred order, whatever that means. A barbarian. He looks pretty barbarian, doesn't he? So. But from a general graphical point of view, it's pretty good. And in terms of what we can actually do with these things, the characters actually really matter because it's kind of an RPG. So we can go into. Well, actually, let's go in. There's a few. Let's go into the portal. So this is a basic kind of loop in the game. That I've got these mystery shards. You saw me collect one before. I've got 3 mystery shards and 2 ancient shards, and these void shards that we could have bought in the marketplace. And we can see here that the mystery shards are not very good. So the best ones I can get from that are rare ones. The ancient shard I can suddenly get rare, epic, and legendary. As you go down, as these things become more valuable, you get better characters. Uses a bit of soft currency. 500 is not very much. But we just get some of these. Let's see who we got. We've got a war boy. As you'd expect in an RPG, all of these characters are useful in the sense you can use them up. If they're not very useful, a troglodyte. I mean, he looks pretty impressive. Yeah, say when it comes to the kind of graphics of the game. But he's level 1 troglodyte, so he's not going to be very useful. He's only good to be consumed by a better character. So this is the last one of these. See who we get. and we get a fairly generic knight. So come out of that, but we've got 2 of these shards which are the next level up. We can see compared to 500 silver, these are 20,000, but I've got 100,000, 120,000 of these. So who we got here? We've got a orc type character, so he's rare, 3 stars. Could be someone that would be useful. And we get the final one. We get a Juliana, whatever she is, Sacred Order Epic. Okay, so that's where we, and then a bit of retailing. I don't know if anyone ever clicks on these things, but presumably they fire them up because people do. So I can't summon anyone else. So let's go in and look at my, oh no, but look, quests have come up. I have summoned 3 champions today, so I get a reward, not very much, a bit of XP, bit of silver. Go in to see my champions. So this is where all my champions are. We can see it's different levels. Oh, just wait for that. So this was this one who just got who we just summoned. So she's a level 4 character, so that's pretty good. I've only got the other level 4 character I've got is this orc shaman, and now I've got this Juliana. So what can we do with these characters? Well, we can go to the tavern and we can start doing a bit of leveling up. So as I said before, a lot of these kind of low level characters, they're not any use in of themselves now. So I've got 2 level 4 characters and quite a lot of level 3 characters and some level 2 characters. You know, they're pretty useless by this stage. So let's pick the Juliana, and then we can just start to use up some of these other ones. So you can see here, I'm gonna upgrade. It's gonna take her from a level 1 to a level 11. So they're saying, who am I sacrificing as a high level character? So that level 3 orc, it's kind of just making sure I know what I'm doing, which I sort of do. Also have beer as a kind of a currency. So we upgrade again, get her up to level 18. Okay, so some of these are locked, so I may want to go in and just see. So she was the character who we had in the sparring pit, so I might want to change that and put a different character in. So maybe put that character in instead, and come back here, and okay, so let's do the final leveling up, and let's use her and get her. Okay, so that's that leveling up done. I've kind of consumed all those characters, and now the next thing to do is see where I am with gear. So there's you have a character. The character has an XP, and you can see this one has he's level 18 of 40. This one is level 19 of 40. You kind of see it goes with the stars really. This one's 24 of 30, but you can collect stars, and or you can kind of, it's called ascending. So you can ascend characters as you kind of get the resources to do so. But this new one we've got, so we can see here some red dots here. So when it comes to artifacts, this is kind of a gearing system. So we can go, this is kind of stuff you just collect through playing the game. I'm not going to go into too much detail on this. It's kind of a fairly standard RPG mechanic. So these are things that are artifacts I have that are not attached to any character. So again, it's a starring system. So I'm going to not go into too much detail. I'm just going to randomly choose some stuff to equip. I want to kind of equip them in sets, because that's just how gearing works. It's difficult to see, but each of these sets when you equip 2 or more of a set, then you get these kind of extra kind of bonuses. Oh, come back. So yeah, let's be quick and just kind of sort some of this stuff out. So let's equip that. What else? What are we missing now? Missing a. So I could probably do this a bit better, but let's just equip that. So she's done there. You can also, if you go in, you can kind of upgrade this kind of stuff. I mean, there's kind of levels upon levels. So this character here, yeah, we've got some so we've got artifacts, gearing, skills, and then mastery. So we can add some mastery here. We collected some scrolls, which mean we can do some of this. I can only lock masteries on 2 branches at the same time. If you don't like masteries, okay, that's fine. So we can see here already in the early stages, we can see it's a fairly complicated game. It's using some standard kind of routes we'd expect in an RPG, but it's quite complicated. The layering has quite strong monetization. There's lots of things we can do. I mean, there's 4 currencies. I mean, even in the sense of at some point we might run out of energy, we can spend our gems to get more energy to do stuff. Again, by increasing a champion's level in the tavern 3 times. Again, a small amount of reward to click through. And this is just kind of a retention mechanic. It's just I'm doing stuff and then I'm getting some more rewards. So I'm kind of like thinking this game's enjoyable from a psychological point of view. Even some stuff here. So now we're getting daily logins. And I'm going to get some new player rewards. I've played, it's saying this is the second day I've played. If I play for 5 more days, I'm going to get this epic reward. This is kind of gear stuff you can see here that I'm collecting. So I can then go in. Probably, if I wanted to, I could go back here to the character and see probably go and re-equip stuff. We won't do that. Again, there's this one here, a mine. So this is a mine producing gems, the hard currency, but it cost me 500 to unlock it in the first place. So that's kind of like, again, another nice monetization technique that I'm going to have to, if I wanted to do that, I'd have to go in and I'd have to buy some gems. I'd need to spend, what are we on? I need 500. So I would need to be buying 730 actually, so I need to be spending £20 to do that in order to kind of mine some more. So I wouldn't say this game is aggressive in terms of its monetization. Not that being aggressive is a bad thing, but this game isn't aggressive, but it is very nuanced in terms of its monetization. So there's lots of things you can do. Really, what I probably want to do is, even now, I would go, well, I've got a lot of 3-star characters, but really, if I'm going to want to progress through, I want to start summoning some of these more kind of epic legendary characters. So at the moment, I've only got 4-star epic characters. I haven't got any legendary ones, so they'd be 5-star characters. I'm going to get through the game much quicker if I can start to summon those. But then if I go into here and I need to get some of these sacred shards, it's going to cost me that for kind of currency, but I haven't got any shards, so I'm going to have to go into a shop and try and work out how I can get some of these ancient shards, and that's going to cost me money. So it's kind of a very honed experience. The most important thing, I think, is in all these games, they have to be fun games. So let's quickly go in and do I'll do an arena because they're pretty quick. So I'll go in and I will. I'm probably going to lose these because these are higher ranked than me. But anyway, let's go in and I will do a quick battle. Okay, so let's choose her. So she's got a special skill, and then let's just choose those. So we can see here the levels of my characters are lower than the levels of the other. My team power is lower as well, so I'm probably going to lose. But just to give you a quick idea of what it actually looks like in action. Different modes. This is the arena mode. There's campaign modes and dungeon modes, but autoplay going at 2 times speed just to kind of fire through these things. So these characters are just doing their different attacks. They have attacks, and they have kind of support modes as well. And you can see here that I'm losing, and I've lost pretty much 3 on 1. There we go, lost. But that's what it looks like. If you want more in depth into the kind of gameplay and the gameplay modes, go and check out the other video. But this is the in-app inspector from pocketgamer.biz, where we go through and play free-to-play mobile games and go into detail about why these games might be successful in terms of people playing them, and why they might be successful in terms of people spending money in them. The two things are not always related, but often they are, and in this case I think it's a really strong visual game that has very strong kind of game design loops and very strong retention and monetization loops, which is kind of needs to go together. All these things, you can't just take money off people. You need to people spend money because they enjoy the experience, and then they enjoy spending money, and then they spend more money. That's how the loop works for successful free-to-play mobile games. And if you haven't played it, I would recommend you checking out Raid from Plarium. It's available on iOS and Android devices now, globally. Yeah, thanks for watching the video. If you have any comments, please stick them in the comments box. Happy to read your comments. But thanks for watching, and hope to see you again soon.